The Telangana movement refers to a people's movement for the creation of a new state of Telangana, from the existing state of Andhra Pradesh in India. The proposed new state corresponds to the Telugu-speaking portions of the erstwhile princely state of Hyderabad state. After several years of people's movement, the UPA government has decided to bifurcate the existing Andhra Pradesh state, and the Union Cabinet on 7 February 2014 unilaterally cleared the bill for the creation of Telangana, clearing the way for its introduction in Parliament. Lasting for almost a decade, this has been one of the most long-lasting movements in South India. On the 18th of February, Lok Sabha passed the bill with voice majority. Subsequently, the bill was passed by Rajya Sabha on the 20th of February 2014. As per the bill, Hyderabad will be the capital of Telangana, while the city would also remain the capital of residual state of Andhra Pradesh for no more than 10 years. The appointed day for the creation of Telangana state is the 2nd of June 2014. History. In December 1953, the States Reorganization Commission was appointed to prepare for the creation of states on linguistic line. The Commission, due to public demand, recommended disintegration of Hyderabad state and to merge Marathi-speaking region with Bombay state and Kannada-speaking region with Mysore state. Paragraph 374 of the SRC report said, "The creation of Vishalandra is an ideal to which numerous individuals and public bodies, both in Andhra and Telangana, have been passionately attached over a long period of time, and unless there are strong reasons to the contrary, this sentiment is entitled to consideration." Discussing the case of Telangana, paragraph 378 of the SRC report said, "One of the principal causes of opposition of Vishalandra also seems to be the apprehension felt by the educationally backward people of Telangana that they may be swamped and exploited by the more advanced people of the coastal areas who were swamped by people of Tamil Nadu already." In its final analysis, SRC recommended against the immediate merger. In paragraph 386 it said, "After taking all these factors into consideration, we have come to the conclusions that it will be in the interests of Andhra as well as Telangana, if for the present, the Telangana area is to constitute into a separate state, which may be known as the Hyderabad state, with provision for its unification with Andhra after the general elections likely to be held in or about 1961 if by a two-thirds majority the legislature of the residuary Hyderabad state expresses itself in favour of such unification, after going through the recommendations of the SRC. The then Home Minister Pandit Govind Ballabh Pant decided to merge Andhra state and Telangana to form Andhra Pradesh state on 1 November 1956 after providing safeguards to Telangana in the form of gentleman's agreement. Arguments in favour of a separate Telangana state. Telangana is the largest of the three regions of Andhra Pradesh state, covering 41.47% of its total area. It is inhabited by 40.54% of the state's population. The following is the breakup of Andhra Pradesh's revenue by region. Note: the income generated by the capital city of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh is a complex issue, with income being generated from all regions. This has caused a lot of confusion in region-wise income distribution. Also, after the bifurcation, companies will pay their portion of taxes to Telangana or present-day Andhra Pradesh depending on where they operate. Proponents of a separate Telangana state cite perceived injustices in the distribution of water, budget allocations, and jobs within the state of Andhra Pradesh. 68.5% of the catchment area of the Krishna River and 69% of the catchment area of the Godavari River are in the plateau region of Telangana, and flowing through the other parts of the state into Bay of Bengal. Telangana and non-coastal parts of Karnataka and Maharashtra states form Deccan Plateau. Telangana supporters state that 74.25% of irrigation water through the canal system under major irrigation projects goes to the coastal Andhra region, while Telangana gets 18.20%. The remaining 7.55% goes to the Rayalaseema region. As per Volume 2 of Krishna Water Dispute Tribunal Award, the area which we are considering for irrigation formed part of Hyderabad state, and had there been no division of that state, there were better chances for the residents of this area to get irrigation facilities in Mahabubnagar district. We are of the opinion that this area should not be deprived of the benefit of irrigation on account of the reorganization of states. The share of education funding for Telangana ranges from 9.86% in government-aided primary schools to 37.85% in government degree colleges. The above numbers include the expenditure in Hyderabad. Budget allocations to Telangana are generally less than one-third of the total Andhra Pradesh budget. There are allegations that in most years, funds allocated to Telangana were never spent. Since 1956, Andhra Pradesh government established 11 new medical colleges in the state. 8 were in Seamandhra and only 3 were in Telangana. Telangana was not compensated for lost opportunities because of inward migration of lot of students into Hyderabad from Seamandhra. According to Professor Jayashankar, only 20% of the total government employees, less than 10% of employees in the secretariat, and less than 5% of department heads in the Andhra Pradesh government are from Telangana. Those from other regions make up the bulk of employment. He also alleged that the state was represented by Telangana chief ministers for only 6.5 years out of over 5 decades of its existence, with no chief minister from the region being in power continuously for more than 2.5 years. As per Sri Krishna Committee on Telangana, Telangana held the position of CM for 10.5 years while Seema Andhra region held it for 42 years. According to the Backward Regions Grant Fund 2009-10, 13 backward districts are located in Andhra Pradesh, 9 are from Telangana and the rest are from other regions. Proponents of a separate Telangana state feel that the agreements, plans, and assurances from the legislature and Lok Sabha over the last 50 years have not been honoured, and as a consequence Telangana has remained neglected, exploited, and backward. They allege that the experiment to remain as one state has proven to be a futile exercise and that separation is the best solution. Note: the above content has been sourced from news articles and articles. It can only be regarded as opinions of a few people rather than solid facts. Views of political parties between 2009 and 2013. Most of the parties in the state changed their stand about Telangana statehood several times. Here are the stands taken by various parties in the state when the movement was at its peak between 2009 and 2013. Congress Party, the ruling party at centre, took its final decision to go ahead with creating the Telangana state in July 2013. In parenthesis, parties which were in favour of Telangana state before the 9th of December 2009, but changed the stand to neutral on the 10th of December 2009. The day the process for formation of Telangana state was announced by central government and later retracted on the 23rd of December. After the 9th of December 2009, Jagan Mohan Reddy as a Congress MP opposed the Telangana state formation. After he formed the YSR Congress Party, it adopted a neutral stand. The Praja Rajam party of actor politician Chiranjeevi was against the division of the state, but merged into the Congress in 2011. The Lok Sabha adds that it will welcome the formation of a separate state as part of a comprehensive and amicable solution. It, however, states that the real issue is to improve the lives of people irrespective of the formation of a separate state. During the all-party meeting on 28 December 2012, TDP representatives gave a letter signed by its president to Home Minister of India which said that the party had never withdrawn its letter to Pranab Mukherjee in 2008 which supported Telangana state formation. MIM wants the state to remain united. They oppose Hyderabad being declared as a union territory. The Congress Working Committee unanimously passed a resolution on 30 July to create the state of Telangana. Early incidents: 1969 to 1973. This period was marked by two political agitations, namely, Jai Telangana and Jai Andhra movements. Social tensions arose due to influx of people from the coastal Andhra region. Protests started with a hunger strike of a student from Khammam district for the implementation of safeguards promised during the creation of Andhra Pradesh. The movement slowly manifested into a demand for a separate Telangana. Some students protested implementation of the safeguards from Andhra Pradesh, while some protested for a separate Telangana. The local newspaper Indian Express reported that the latter group were dominant. According to the 19 January 1969 edition of the Indian Express, the agitation turned violent when a crowd attempted to set fire to a sub-inspector's residence. 17 were injured in police firing. Discussions about the promised safeguards were held. The Telangana Regional Committee was, however, not fully convinced of the outcome. This agitation was met by a counter-agitation by the Andhra students accusing the transfer Andhra employees as a discrimination between one region and the other. The transfers were eventually challenged in the High Court. The army had to be called in. After several days of talks with leaders of both regions, on 12 April 1969, Prime Minister put forth an 8-point plan. Telangana leaders rejected the plan and protests continued under the leadership of newly formed political party Telangana Praja Samithi in 1969, asking for the formation of Telangana. Under the Mulki rules in force at the time, anyone who had lived in Hyderabad for 12 years was considered a local, and was thus eligible for certain government posts. Telangana Praja Samithi was formed under the leadership of Dr. Chenna Reddy with the intention of leading the movement. The party, however, split in November 1969 with the exit of dissident Congress leaders. The movement slowly lost momentum and dissolved. 1971. Chief Minister Brahmananda Reddy resigns to make room for a Telangana Chief Minister. On 30 September 1971, P.V. Narasimha Rao, who would later become the Prime Minister of India, was appointed the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. The Telangana Praja Samithi was dissolved and its members rejoined the Congress. 1972. When the Supreme Court upheld the Mulki rules, the Jai Andhra movement, with the aim of reforming a separate state of Andhra, was started in coastal Andhra and Rayalaseema regions. The movement lasted for 110 days. The Supreme Court upheld the implementation of Mulki rules. The people from the Andhra region viewed the Mulki rules as treating them like aliens in their own land. 1973. A political settlement was reached with the Government of India with a 6-point formula. It was agreed upon by the leaders of the two regions to prevent any recurrence of such agitations in the future. To avoid legal problems, Constitution was amended to give the legal sanctity to the 6-point formula. In 1985, when Telangana employees complained about the violations to 6-point formula, government enacted Government Order 610 to correct the violations in recruitment. As Telangana people complained about non-implementation of GO 610, in 2001, government constituted Gurglani Commission to look into violations. 1997 to 2010. In 1997, the state unit of the Bharatiya Janata Party passed a resolution seeking a separate Telangana. In 2000, Congress Party MLAs from the Telangana region who supported a separate Telangana state formed the Telangana Congress Legislators Forum and submitted memorandum to their president Sonia Gandhi requesting the support the Telangana state. A new party called Telangana Rashtra Samithi, led by Kalvakantla Chandrasekhar Rao, was formed in April 2001 with the single-point agenda of creating a separate Telangana state with Hyderabad as its capital. In 2001, the Congress Working Committee sent a resolution to the NDA government for constituting a second SRC to look into the Telangana state demand. This was rejected by then-Union Home Minister L.K. Advani, citing that smaller states were neither viable nor conducive to the integrity of the country. In April 2002, Advani wrote a letter to MPA Narendra rejecting a proposal to create Telangana state, explaining that regional disparities in economic development could be tackled through planning and efficient use of available resources. He said that the NDA government, therefore, does not propose creation of a separate state of Telangana. However, in 2012, Advani said that if their then-partner TDP cooperated during NDA tenure, a separate state of Telangana could have been created. This was confirmed by the president of the TDP, Chandrababu Naidu, on 1 September 2013 in a public meeting. In the run-up to the 2004 Assembly and Parliament elections, then-Union Home Minister L.K. Advani ruled out inclusion of Telangana in the NDA agenda and said, unless there is consensus among all political parties in the state and unless that consensus is reflected in a resolution of the State Assembly, we don't propose to include it in the NDA agenda for these elections. The Congress Party and the TRS forged an electoral alliance in the Telangana region to consider the demand of separate Telangana state. Congress came to power in the state and formed a coalition government at the centre. TRS joined the coalition after the Common Minimum Programme of the coalition government included that the demand for separate Telangana state will be considered after due consultations and consensus. In February 2009, the state government declared that it had no objection, in principle, to the formation of separate Telangana and that the time had come to move forward decisively on this issue. To resolve related issues, the government constituted a joint House committee. In the lead-up to the 2009 general elections in India, all the major parties in Andhra Pradesh supported the formation of Telangana. In the 2009 elections, TRS managed to win only 10 assembly seats out of the 45 it contested and only 2 MP seats. Some media analysts thought Telangana sentiment faded within few months of getting re-elected as popular CM. S. Rajasekhara Reddy died in a helicopter crash in September 2009. This resulted in a leadership crisis within the Congress Party and also created a political vacuum in the state. During this time, TRS President K. Chandrasekhar Rao raised his pitch for the separate state. On 29 November 2009, he started a fast unto death, demanding that the Congress Party introduce a Telangana bill in Parliament. Student organizations, employee unions, and various organizations joined the movement. General strikes shut down Telangana on 6 and 7 December. In an all-party meeting called by the state government on the night of 7 December to discuss regarding KCR's fast and how to handle it, all major opposition parties extended their support for a separate state for Telangana. The State Congress and its Alilai Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin have left it to the Congress High Command to take a final decision. Minutes of the meeting were faxed to Congress High Command. Announcement of bifurcation and subsequent rollback on 9 December 2009, Union Minister of Home Affairs P. Chidambaram announced that the Indian government would start the process of forming a separate Telangana state, pending the introduction and passage of a separation resolution in the Andhra Pradesh Assembly. This resulted in protests across both Andhra and Rayalaseema. Students, workers, lawyers and various organizations in the regions launched the Samikyandra movement, demanding that the state be kept united. MLAs from these regions also submitted their resignations in protest, seeking a reversal of the Home Minister's statement. On the 23rd of December, keeping in view the reactions of people of other regions, the Government of India announced that no action on Telangana will be taken until a consensus is reached by all parties and groups in the state. Coastal Andhra and Rayalaseema region MLAs started withdrawing their resignations, while MLAs and ministers from Telangana started submitting their resignations, and demanded that the centre take immediate steps to initiate the process of bifurcating Andhra Pradesh. A joint action committee comprising political and non-political groups was formed to lead the demand for separate Telangana, with Osmania University Professor M. Kodandaram Reddy as its convener. On the 3rd of February, the government appointed a 5-member committee headed by Justice Sri Krishna to look into the issue.